Well, everyone, it looks like it's time for another episode of Season 4 Jurassic Adventure. Let's get started and see what's going on today, shall we? As you can see, today we are in the forest, where animals all around the island go to chill out and hang out sometimes. But of course, today's episode is about a character. Well, characters, but joining us today is the male Albertosaurus named Nigel. Looks like he's trying to search for food again. Nigel spots something. It is a small group of stegosauruses, but sadly, he can't hunt these because these are way too tough and too dangerous for him to hunt. And they are way bigger, and there are 4 of them. He will not stand a chance. So unfortunately, looks like he's gonna have to go somewhere else. Later on in the day, as his search continues for a meal, he finally catches up on a smell. He gets eager and goes to follow it. Nigel stops, as he's just potentially found his meal today. It is a small, sizable herd of gallimimuses. Though gallimimuses may be swift and fast, but thankfully, unlike his cousin the T-Rex, Nigel is an Albertosaurus, so thus he can easily chase down these gallimimuses easier than a T-Rex can. He hunkers down to make sure they don't spot him. He braces himself, and then he strikes. Nigel has done it. He has managed to capture a gallimimus. Now he prepares to feast. Unfortunately for Nigel, all that ruckus has attracted a lot of, well, let's just say, non-friendly visitors and residents of this forest. It is a concavenator, a deadly predator. But sadly for Nigel, it's not just one concavenator, because following her is 2 lackeys. As he continues to have his back turned to them, he fails to realize their presence. So with the perfect opportunity, they strike. Nigel is not about to give up that easily. But sadly for poor Nigel, she has backup. But of course, Nigel is not about to get punked out by these scavengers, so he instantly attacks. Female concavenator is biting him hard on the leg. Nigel quickly gets back up. For every time he attacks, they fight back. But it's only making Nigel more ferocious and more frustrated. Sadly, as if all this wasn't already enough chaos, sadly, it's just gotten even worse. This is a Yangchuanosaurus, a decent-sized carnivore that can easily make a short work of anything that gets in its way or disrupts its peace. But just as the fight is about to get messy, they hear a horrifying roar, and it's not from one of them. They all stop fighting, because they've never heard a roar like that. At least Nigel has never heard one like that. The female quickly runs. Everyone flees in fear. Sure, Nigel's fighting problem has been solved, but now he's gotta wonder what in God's name made that kind of roar, and where could it be? For all he knows, it could be watching him right now. So Nigel, being a little scared himself, he takes his bounty and decides to drag it somewhere else so he can eat. Later on in the day, as Nigel was patrolling the territory, trying to find a nice place to take a nap, he spots something that sends a chill down his spine. Right there, in front of him, was the mutilated bodies of his opponents from earlier. Something or someone has killed them all, and it seems like very easily. Nigel is already intimidated earlier from that roar, so only God knows what could have done this. But as Nigel is sitting there thinking, a screech snaps him out of it. He turns around and he sees. Yes, it was ghosts in them, but they are pretty much terrified. They are hiding behind this stump because they are terrified of something coming, something huge. Nigel is confused at first, then he turns around again and spots what they're looking at, and he quickly bolts himself. Nigel is still running from whatever he just seen, but sadly, he trips and falls. But before Nigel could even get up, looks like he has disturbed two Kentrosauruses. But before they even try to threaten him, he runs. The Kentrosauruses are a bit confused at first, but then they see why he's afraid now. Nigel has finally outran whatever just chased him. This one Albertosaurus, who was confident in every ability, is now cowering before a giant predator. But he has the right to be afraid. Whatever it is, it looks powerful. And unfortunately for Nigel, this is just the beginning. So Nigel, he may be safe for now, but only God knows when that thing will catch up to him, and potentially to the whole island. It will potentially be destroyed of whatever this creature is. For now, Nigel is just gonna have to lie awake at night to make sure that he does not be found by him.